Hi, welcome to the Loopy Yarn Corner. Today we're going to cover the bobble stitch. Now the bobble stitch is a little bit more complicated of a stitch. So if you haven't gone over the introductory series, I will post a link to it right here. And you can watch that first and it'll teach you all the basics of crochet to get you ready for a stitch like this one. But if you think you know what you're doing, that's great. Let's get started. Today I actually am going to hold the yarn in my right hand because that is the way I learned how to crochet and that is what I am comfortable with, and that is pretty much the only way I can show you effectively how to do this stitch, because I tried to do it holding the yarn with my left hand and it was just such a mess that it would not communicate very properly or effectively how to do this stitch. So in the interest of teaching how to do the bobble stitch, I'm going to hold the yarn in my right hand, and it's not that different. You'll see as we go. So to start off with, you're going to want to have a slip stitch and you're going to want to chain an even number of stitches. And I'm going to do 20, I think. So there's my slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. I may skip this in the edit and come back when I have 20 stitches. So that's 5. Okay, there is 20 chains right there. And what we're going to do is come back with a row of single crochet. Now the way we do that is, as always, we're going to skip this first stitch here and go into the second one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. There's your single crochet. Now I work with US terms. In the UK, I believe that's called a double crochet. So we're gonna come through here and we're gonna do single crochet all the way back down the row. So pause the video here if you're working with me, and you can come back when you have done your 19 single crochets. Okay, I'm at my last single crochet, so we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and there's our foundation row. So now we're going to start the bobble stitch. Now the bobble stitch starts with a chain 3. You're going to chain 3 and turn. And then we're going to work a double crochet in US terms, treble crochet in UK. We're going to work a double crochet into this stitch right here, the very first stitch in the row. Sorry, I keep getting off of the camera. So we're going to work a double crochet into the first stitch in the row. You're not going to go into this chain. You're going to go into the very first stitch in the row. And you're going to yarn over before you do that because it's a double crochet. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And at this point you have 2 loops on your hook. Now normally for a double crochet, you would yarn over and go back through those 2 loops to finish off the double crochet. But for the bobble stitch, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it like that, yarn over, and then work another double crochet right into the same stitch that we just worked in. And we're going to do that until we have 5 loops on the hook. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we have 3 loops on the hook. Now we have 4 loops on the hook. And double crochet. And now we have 5 loops on the hook. For the very first bobble stitch that you work in each row, 5 loops on the hook is good enough. That's what we want. For every bobble stitch after this one, you're going to want 6 loops on the hook. And I'll show you why. So for this, our chain 3 at the beginning counts as our first double crochet. So this chain 3 right here counts as our first double crochet in the bobble stitch. And in each bobble stitch, we want 5 double crochets. So that's why at the very beginning, we only have 5 loops instead of 6. But once we get to this point, you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 5 loops on the hook. And then you're going to go directly into the next stitch. No yarn over, just go directly into the next stitch and work a single crochet. And that will help close off the puff stitch and cause it to puff to the front. You can see it that way. It's doing a puff. So then we're going to start our next puff stitch. Just show you again how to do that. So into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. And now we have 1 double crochet, but you see that we still have this loop from the previous double crochet, or from the previous stitch. So that's going to be our 6th loop on the hook for this one. So, but that's 1 double crochet there, and we want 5. So let's go back in. Only pull through 2 loops. There's 2 double crochets. There's 3 double crochets. There's 4 double crochets. And there's 5. And now we have 6 loops on the hook, 5 double crochets in the bobble, and we're going to, what I like to do is pull up on my hook so that there's room between the edges of these loops and the work. And then I'm going to yarn over, pull up on the loop, pull up on the hook just a little bit so you can see those gaps, and pull through everything on the hook. And then we're going to go directly into the next stitch, work a single crochet. Okay, now we've got 2 bobbles. Let's try that one more time. Yarn over. This is getting in my way. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Here we go. And that's 4 double crochets, so we need 1 more. So 6 loops on the hook, 5 double crochets. If you get rid of this, you can count down here, 5 double crochets in your bobble stitch. So it's time to yarn over and pull through all of them. Oops, I split my yarn. And then directly into the next stitch, we're gonna single crochet. And that causes the bobble to push out to the front. So now we have 3 bobbles going on. I'm going to keep going to the end of the row and I will see you there. Okay, I just worked my last single crochet that finishes off this bobble right here, that bobble right there, and then a single crochet right here. And then you're going to end with another bobble in this very last stitch. And because it's the very last stitch, it's going to be difficult to get underneath, so just work at it. And then pull through 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3 loops. Four loops. 5 loops. Did I miss one? There we go. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. And at the very end here, because there is no stitch to work a single crochet into, we're just going to chain 1. And then we're going to chain 1 again and turn. And this is the front side. This is the right side of your work. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. These are what the bobbles look like from the front. Now, when you're working them, you're working from the back side, and it pushes the bobbles to the front. So when you turn it around, you see what it's going to look like when it's done. So now we're going to work a row, just like the beginning, a row of single crochet all the way down. So you're going to go not into this first hole right here. That's where we chained 1. That's the chain 1 space. We want to go into the first actual stitch. So if you look at the top, you have these longer V's and these shorter V's. Let me get real good and close. You have these shorter ones right here and these longer ones right here. The longer ones are the ones on top of the bobble stitches, and the shorter ones are your single crochet. So you're going to go into that very first bobble stitch V, because that's what we ended with. And you're going to work a single crochet there. And then you're going to go into this smaller V and work a single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way down. Okay, I have worked single crochets all the way down, and I finished in a big V that you can't really see now that I've already worked the stitch, but it's right here. Right there was the big V because it was on top of a bobble stitch, and we started with the bobble stitch in the previous row, so we're going to end on top of the bobble stitch in this row. So then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do the bobble stitch row again. Chain 3 and turn. And we're going to go yarn over. We're going to start directly with a bobble stitch into this first stitch here. Again, we don't want to go into there because that is our chain space. That's chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. First stitch is right here. And we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then leave it, and then yarn over, go through here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 4. That's 4, right? There was a 3 earlier. And that's 5. And remember, every first bobble, you only want 5 loops on the hook because this chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So we're good here. So we're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and go directly into this next stitch and work a single crochet to make the bobble push out to the front. Okay, that's how you work the bobble stitch. I will work a few more rows just to give you an idea of what it'll look like when it's done, and I'll see you then. Okay, so there's 3 rows of bobble stitch. This is what it looks like when you've got a few rows going. It's very similar to the popcorn stitch and the puff stitch, but personally the bobble stitch is my favorite of the 3 because it's there's a lot more texture. It's a lot more circular. The puff stitch will have it's like a little V rather than an actual puff, not the puff stitch, sorry, the popcorn stitch has it's a little V because you gather all of the stitches together at the top. And the puff stitch is hard to keep even because you have to really focus on how much you're pulling the yarn up every time. The bobble stitch is easier to do and it looks better. And I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please consider subscribing and liking this video. And if you do subscribe, please consider ringing the bell so that you'll be notified for any future uploads. I try to upload once every 2 weeks. Sometimes it doesn't happen, sometimes it does. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.